Hey guys, in today's install video, I'm going to be showing you how to install a free float handguard onto your First Strike T15. Now, quickly, tooling wise, what are you going to need? You are going to need a barrel nut wrench. If you didn't get one with your handguard, you can use a strap wrench or an adjustable wrench as well. You are going to need a 532 Allen key. You will definitely need some blue Loctite. And there's a potential that you're going to need one of these guys, a little spacer ring. This one happens to be from Whiskey 24. That's one ring they provide. I think it's about 3 millimeters wide. Nicely machined, nice smooth edges. I also know that there's a airsoft brand called Mad Bull that provides kits as well. Whichever one's easier for you to get is the way to go, I guess. All right. Now, I would imagine you have a full-blown T15 instead of just a builder kit like I have here. You're going to have the long M-lock handguard that's on there already, and you're looking to swap it out. So I don't have one of those exact M-lock handguards, but I do have one on one of my other T15s that uses the same fastening technique. So to remove the one that's on your T15, the stock one, First Strike version handguard, you're going to want to remove these two screws fully. Once they're fully removed, that releases this little plate that's in here, okay? That little plate has a notch that winds up sitting in a groove of the barrel nut that's underneath, okay? So once that plate should just slide out once the screws are removed. You can slide off your handguard, giving you access to the barrel nut underneath. Again, if you don't happen to have the actual barrel nut wrench, you can use the strap wrench, or you can use the adjustable wrench as well to basically crack the nut and loosen it and remove it, okay? So, next little bit, I'm going to talk about this spacer ring quickly. Why do you need it? Well, chances are, and I've had personal experience with this with previous builds, when you screw in your barrel nut, this locking groove, which most free float handguards use, that sort of design, that groove may not sit where it needs to for the locking mechanism of the actual handguard to the barrel nut. May not sit in that groove. It may be misaligned. It may be further back. It may be further forward. But either way, the spacer will help push out the barrel nut so it lines things up better, so that it can lock together better. So that's when you're going to want to use an actual spacer ring, which will sit in the back side of the barrel nut itself. Now, this is the part where the little tip and trick thing comes into play. You can hear that ring does not stay centered in the barrel nut. So if you were to just screw it into your handguard, or just screw it into your upper, and then tighten everything down, you're at game day, you go to install your barrel, but before you install your barrel, of course, you're going to loosen the screw on top for your barrel detent so that it installs nicely and easily, right? You go to install it, and you can't get it past that ring. Why? Because that ring is misaligned. So this little tip and trick is just something I found you can do to make things line up perfectly the first time, and you never have to worry about it again. And I mean, unless you change handguards. So install your barrel with the barrel adapter. It doesn't need to go past the barrel nut, but just install it so that it holds the ring in place, okay? You're going to put a drop of blue Loctite on your threads on your T15 because two different metals, two different expansion rates. You don't want things to loosen up on you while you're playing. That would suck, okay? So you're going to try to hold things together like this. You can even let it slide in a little bit. Just don't let the barrel go all the way in because you want that barrel adapter, or you want your barrel to hold things in place to keep things lined up. Okay, you're going to screw it in until it's all the way in. This is where you grab your wrench. I'm not going to make this super tight because I don't need the ring in there, but we'll pretend we make that super tight. Put it aside. What does that do? Makes it so that the spacer ring inside is perfectly aligned, and installing your barrel is easy. It won't get hung up on the ring. You're good to go game day. That's one less headache to have to worry about. That's my little tidbit. All right. So I'm going to set aside that barrel. I'm going to remove the barrel nut because I need to take the ring out because I don't need it. Okay, here we go. Remove that nut. Put the ring aside. Okay, so for the install for real this time, I'm going to put the one drop of Loctite, blue Loctite. Don't put red. blue Loctite only, okay? Give it a chance to just ooze around a little bit. Thread your barrel nut in. Okay. Now, I know there's usually technically torquing values for this guy. If you're using real steel, I definitely agree with having to worry about torque. But for paintball, turning it tight and snug is more than enough, especially with the blue Loctite on there. A really slim chance it's ever going to come loose, okay? Barrel nuts installed. Time to put the handguard on. Quickly talk about this handguard because I really like this one. This is a 10-inch, technically 11-inch by measurement. Strike Industries. There you go. Gridlock Light. So it uses its own proprietary locking mechanism. This is a really neat way. I was actually thinking this would work well with the T15s that use the longer barrel nut that has the barrel tension system on it. I don't think things will line up groove-wise. I don't have one to actually test fit myself. But, I mean, it's a thought. With this quick release system, it would make it way easier with that newer barrel nut that's out, just to be able to loosen and tighten your barrel and not have to worry about unscrewing things. And yeah, but I have no way of testing it. I don't have one, so it was just food for thought. One other really cool feature, other than the fact that this handguard is crazy light, is this. Even though it's paintball, you probably won't ever really need it, but it's still kind of a cool feature. It's just got its own built-in front iron sight. Just, you know, food for thought, kind of cool. Anyways, so let's just put it on and get the install done. So we're going to slide that guy over. And this is, like I said, the really cool part about it. It's done. Putting in that lever, it's super snug and it's ready to go. And it's actually lined up perfectly right out of the box kind of thing. That's basically it. That's the install for an M-LOK or a free float handguard. As always, guys, if you have any problems, questions, concerns, post a comment, shoot me a PM. I'll help out as best I can. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Cheers, guys.